Pakistan is a place where people are afraid to. 1.6 crore, that is 16 million people, upwards of, visited the Kashmir Valley, both foreigners and Indians. This is the kind of pull that India has. If a tourist from Europe goes, there are good chances, 90% chances, the tourist is going to be a Christian. And as far as the Pakistanis are concerned, Christian tourist is Wajibul Qatl. Jai Hind friends, I'm Major Gaurav Arya and you're watching the CHANAKYA Dialogues English. Like this video, subscribe to our channel and don't forget to press the bell icon. Ladies and gentlemen, first of all, warm congratulations and many best wishes for a fantastic 2024. Why am I saying congratulations? I'm saying congratulations because so many people are coming to India. And I think it's a matter of great pride and privilege for us that people think of India as the global cultural hub. The latest celebrity to come to India is Dua Lipa. Dua Lipa has more than 88 million followers on Instagram. She's a global icon, a global celebrity, and this is what she had to say after she finished a visit to India and went back. Look at an Instagram post. I feel so beyond lucky to end my year here in India. Thank you to all the wonderful people here who have shown us so much love, kindness, hospitality, and generosity. This experience has been deeply meaningful. I feel lucky to be in and within the magic with my family, where we've had the time to explore, regroup, recharge, and restart. Ready for the year ahead. What a joy. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Dua Lipa. Now, go back into the past. You know, people from Bill Gates, Mark Zuckerberg, everybody has come to India to have that sort of spiritual, that sort of religious, that sort of cultural experience. They say the smells and the sounds of India, the colors of India, there is magic in India, which is why everybody comes to India. There is another known fact, ladies and gentlemen. Many of you would know it and some will not. But you know, a lot of people from the Israeli army come to India. There is a conscription in Israel. So you have got to serve for a couple of years. You know, if you're an Israeli citizen, male or female, you have to serve. And more often than not, this service in the Israeli army is extremely dangerous. It's hectic, it's stressful. And then to de-stress, all these Israelis come to India. You can see them in Goa, you can see them in Pahalganj, you can see them everywhere. And this is why they come to India. India feels like home. And why am I telling you this? Am I trying to sort of advertise for the Indian tourism industry? No, absolutely not. Though it will be a privilege for me to do so. But that's not the case here, ladies and gentlemen. The case is that on one side you have India, which is doing so phenomenally well, only in the Kashmir Valley in 2022. And these are not 2023 figures. We'll have those figures in a few weeks from now. Only in 2022, 1.6 crore, that is 16 million tourists visited Kashmir Valley. And how big is Kashmir Valley? Kashmir Valley is something like 80 kilometers by 40 kilometers. 1.6 crore, that is 16 million people, upwards of, visited the Kashmir Valley, both foreigners and Indians. This is the kind of pull that India has. This is the kind of magnet that India is. But on the other hand, ladies and gentlemen, allow me to take you to Pakistan. You know, I don't like to compare. I target Pakistan, I bash Pakistan. I mean, I have no other way to say it. There is no polite way to say what I do to Pakistan every day. But I usually do not compare because there is no comparison. But this one was so stark. This one was so stark that I had to bring it out in front of you. And why am I doing it? Because every time I go on Pakistan television, I see Pakistani YouTube content. There is some content creator or there is some television anchor who's comparing India to Pakistan. I have to go back to the Pakistani, perhaps call them up and say that, hey, you came into existence in 1947. We have been present for thousands of years. We gained independence in 47. There is a huge difference. Now, what are the trajectories of both the countries? Today, I would like to explain this with the help of a tourism map, if I may. It's not a map as you understand a map, but just to show you the lay of the ground, what is happening in the world of tourism, right? Pakistan is a place where people are afraid to go. Countries, top nations of the world, Europe, United States of America, they're falling over each other to tell the people, tell the citizens of their own countries, do not go to Pakistan. I mean, people are, bitten by the travel bug. But Pakistan is a country that if you go to Pakistan, there is no guarantee you will come back from Pakistan. More often than not, it's a one-way ticket. And now let me tell you, what did the United States of America actually have to say about Pakistan as far as tourism is concerned? The United States Department of State has put Pakistan in Category 3, which essentially means reconsider travel. If you're thinking of going to Pakistan, strongly reconsider. However, in their statement, they're saying do not travel to Pakistan. That is what it has come out to. Do not travel to Pakistan. I mean, the people who are posted in Pakistan for some reason, people who are, people part of the embassy staff or maybe some NGO who are already there, well, bad luck. Bad luck to you. I mean, you're caught between the devil and the deep sea, but the United States government is telling its people, do not go to Pakistan, your lives are in danger. It's not a safe place for you to travel to. Pickpockets, chain snatchers, mobile phone snatchers, theft, robbery, this is common everywhere. This is common almost everywhere in the world. It happens everywhere. It happens in the United States of America. They said that you're not a New Yorker unless you've been mugged. So, no stress, no problem. The problem in Pakistan is largely terrorism and religious intolerance. So, you go to Pakistan, you don't know when the bomb will explode where. Which bomb is going to explode at which location, you do not know. That's one thing about Pakistan. The second thing about Pakistan is that if a tourist from Europe goes, there are good chances, 90% chances that the tourist is going to be a Christian. And as far as the Pakistanis are concerned, that Christian tourist is wajibul qatl. It's okay to kill him. Wajibul qatl is an Arabic word which means that it's okay to kill that guy. He's an infidel. He's a kafir. Or she is a kafir for that matter. So, mistreating of women is bad anywhere. It could be in India, it could be in China, right? It could be in the United States of America. You mistreat a woman, I think, very, very serious crime, and the law of the land must come into motion immediately. But in Pakistan, it's almost like war booty. That is how they look at foreign women or women who are not Muslim. That's what happens in Pakistan. So, which is why Pakistan is so unsafe. Whether it's New Zealand, whether it's Australia, UK, or other countries of the European Union, everybody is saying, don't go to Pakistan. They're telling their citizens, avoid Pakistan as far as possible. Ladies and gentlemen, in 2023, 1,524 people died in Pakistan due to terrorism. 1,524. There were 1,463 serious cases of injury due to terrorism in Pakistan in 2023. In all, over 789 minor and major terrorist attacks were recorded in 2023. 789 terrorist attacks in 1 year. Ladies and gentlemen, which makes it more than 2 terror attacks every day. More than 2 terror attacks. Now, why in God's name would a person like to visit Pakistan? For what? You don't know when the next bomb is going to explode. You don't know when the next attack is going to come. You don't know when you'll be killed. So this was some of the data that I wanted to share with you as far as the Indian tourism is concerned and as far as the Pakistan tourism is concerned. There is absolutely no comparison between the two. But last but not the least, ladies and gentlemen, Kashmir, the bone of contention in India. I shared with you data of 2022. And I shared that more than 16 million tourists visited only the Kashmir Valley. I think Pakistan should share data. How many tourists visited the entire Pakistan? I'd like to understand. Forget about Pakistan-occupied Kashmir. Forget about Gilgit-Baltistan. It's very easy for Pakistan to say that, we want Kashmir. Pakistan has illegally occupied part of Jammu and Kashmir. Today, I'd like to tell the Pakistan, that this whole data that I'm giving and Dua Lipa coming here, Mark Zuckerberg coming here, the Beatles coming here, everybody coming here, Bill Gates. What is the intent of telling you all this? The intent is essentially, my brothers and sisters from Pakistan, is that you also have a part of Jammu and Kashmir which you have illegally occupied. What have you done to Jammu and Kashmir? I'd like to understand that. The area under your illegal control, Pakistan-occupied Kashmir, Gilgit-Baltistan, What have you done? There is no decent university. There is no decent college. There is no decent school. There is no airport. There is hardly an operational railway station. The roads are bad. The internet stinks. There are no hotels for people to stay. Right? And the people, they produce electricity at 4 rupees a unit and you sell them back the same electricity for more than 40 rupees a unit. No wonder the people are saying that open the roads to Kargil. We want to merge with India. And the last point, ladies and gentlemen, here, apart from comparing what each side has done to its Kashmir, this is how PoK will join India without firing a shot. Because the people of PoK are seeing progress in Kashmir. They're seeing tourism in Kashmir. They're seeing the wealth in Kashmir. They're seeing infrastructure in Kashmir. They're seeing the respect for the individual in Kashmir. Right? So far, Pakistan has only one argument to make. And that one argument has defined Pakistan since its inception, that Kashmir must be a part of Pakistan because Kashmir has majority Muslim population. That's it. There is no other logic to Pakistan. It's not what can we do to our side of Kashmir. Can we make more universities there? Can we give them cheaper electricity? Can we give them excellent health? Can we give them excellent education? Nothing. Only religion. That you are Muslim, we are Muslim, therefore you must join with us. That is the only logic that Pakistan has to give. And because of that logic, Pakistan has actually done terrorism in Kashmir since 1989. Now with that, I come to the end of this video, ladies and gentlemen. Now I have some questions which I would like to answer. The first question is Chinmay Dangale, Vande Mataram. Sir, he's saying Vande Mataram, Chinmay ji. Could India's growing closeness with Saudi Arabia on the grounds of shared interests, including that of countering Houthi rebels, create a distance between India and Iran? I ask this because of the significance of Chabahar port to India. No, I don't think so, because nations understand. Nations understand. And in fact, China was instrumental in bringing Iran and Saudi Arabia together. So while Iran and Saudi Arabia are not the best of friends, certainly they're not, and they don't say eye to eye in most of the issues, but the fact of the matter is that I think the edge to the enmity is gone between Iran and Saudi Arabia. They're still enemies, by the way. Let nobody mistake that. But there was a certain edge to the enmity, largely based on the Shia-Sunni divide and who would lead the Islamic world. Now that has been dulled a little bit. And everybody knows the business of realpolitik. In realpolitik, there are no binaries. It's not 0 or 1. It's not like if India is friendly to Saudi Arabia, it has to be enemies with Iran or enemies with the enemies of Saudi Arabia. That's not true. That's not true for international realpolitik. Partha Pratham Kalita. Jain sir. Jain Partha ji. When comparing all of our armed forces with China, we lag far behind in naval assets. I know 68 warships are being built, but China has almost 3 times more warships and submarines. Do you think it's enough to fight a two-front war? The quantity is a quality of its own. I agree with you a little bit, Parthaji, but mostly I don't. It's not simply about the number of ships. China has the maximum number of ships in the world. It has more ships than the United States of America. But how many nuclear-powered aircraft carrier does China have? 0. America has 11. So, we can also make 1,000 new boats and say that we have the largest navy in the world. It is displacement. It is how long can they be at sea. You see, what do you want to project? What is the role of our navy? There are so many things, which go into actually, what is the operational plan that we see? What is the strategic outreach that we see for ourselves, for the Indian Navy? It's not a simple matter of, they have these many ships and we have these many ships. The Indian media does like to play up all these things, but I think it's juvenile to think like that. I'm talking on this thing, on part of the Indian media. I think it's juvenile of the Indian media to project things in such a manner that, these many warships, these many submarines, these many infantry, these many artillery guns. It doesn't work that way. War is far more complicated than numbers. Parth Prajapati. Hi, sir. Hello, Parth. I know we are not in any camp right now and it's been conveyed by our External Affairs Minister on various occasions, but is it sustainable? For how long this polarized world will tolerate that also? Can we afford this balanced approach as well? Of course. It is not that we have been balanced today. We have been balanced since 1947. Today we have money. Today we have the means. Today we are the 5th largest economy, going to become the 3rd largest economy. But there was a time, my friend Parth, when we did not have food to eat, when people were dying of hunger, when farmers were committing suicide. And even at that time, we were following NAM, non-aligned. We were non-aligned. We may have had a very close relationship with Russia, but we were not in any camp, so to speak. Even today, we are not in any camp, and this is sustainable indefinitely. And this is the right thing to do. I'll tell you why this is the right thing to do. And what India is doing is really great. So let us assume there are two powers, right? Assume, from your perspective, I'm trying to explain to you, so this is from your perspective, that the powers are, the Western powers on one side and China on the other side. And you're saying India should be part of a bloc. No, India is saying we ourselves are a bloc. So India is saying it's a unipolar world. India is saying that, we don't have to be part of America or China. People have to be part of India. You understand? India is positioning itself much higher. India is so big. We're the most populous nation on earth with the largest volunteer army. We don't need to be part of any bloc. We don't need to be part of the Chinese bloc or the American bloc. We ourselves are a bloc. That is what Prime Minister Narendra Modi is trying to project. Aman Tiwari. Jai Bharatvarsh, Major Ji. Jai Bharatvarsh, Amar Ji. Aman Tiwari. My question is, in case of conflict with China and Taiwan, do you think that the concurrent Indian armed forces should occupy strategic Chumbi Valley and above, that is Chinese region between Sikkim and Bhutan, and the same action to occupy Oxygen simultaneously? I don't know. This is an extremely hypothetical, while we all deal in hypothetical questions and we do a lot of crystal gazing, but you're asking, should we occupy this region or this feature? That would depend upon what Northern Command thinks at that point in time, or what Eastern Command thinks at that point in time. We will occupy features based on whether they give us that strategic leverage that we are looking at. Like, for example, Kailash Range. Kailash Range was overlooking Moldo Garrison. We knew that if we occupied Kailash Range, it would rattle the Chinese and they would give in. We occupied Kailash Range and it rattled the Chinese because Moldo Garrison was right there. So the Chinese didn't know where to go. So if it makes sense at that point in time, then maybe Northern Command, Eastern Command will decide which feature to take or which area to occupy. If at all the government of India desires that if China is caught in a conflict with Taiwan, we should intervene and we should pressurize China here. It would depend on a lot of factors. So ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for watching this video. And if you like this video, press the like button, subscribe to our channel, and don't forget to press the bell icon. Jai Hind, Vande Mataram, Bharat Mata Ki Jai.